Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, Madonna had her first concert in Paris. I don't think the audience was very impressed with Madonna. I know she got a lot of reviews, but the audience didn't seem very impressed from what I'm hearing. Apparently, I spoke too soon when I said I was hoping there wouldn't be any, that it'd be smooth sailing for the rest of the show, the last 12 shows. Um, Now, this is probably because there was an email that went out saying that there were technical problems and there was going to be a delay. So from the start, there was already problems. Apparently, the doors weren't going to open till 9. The show wouldn't start till 11. Now, the doors didn't open till after 9, and the show didn't start till after 11. People didn't get in till after 11, so I'm sort of hearing a couple of versions that the show started after 11 and that some people were still outside because the security checks and all that took so long. So some people just were late getting in, which really didn't make anyone very happy. But I'm also hearing the show didn't start till 12, and the show was supposed to start at 11 and finish at 1:30, but the show started at 12 and went till 2:15 is what I'm hearing. So um, that's what 3.5 hours late. So 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30. Yeah, so it's like 3.5 hours late. So some fans were not impressed by that. Now, who would be? So it's already put a dampener on it. Put a bit of a bad vibe on it, as some people were sort of saying. I'm kind of happy these people got the long version with God Control, but apparently Crave is permanently removed, and it's just not. You shouldn't expect to see Crave now. So I'm not sure what that's about. Um, now, the audience seemed to be kind of tired and subdued, is what I'm hearing. Madonna commented on it. She apparently was on fire, but the people who were waiting around for 3.5 hours weren't. So during the Polaroid section, apparently a fan told her to shut the fuck up and sing. Now, I don't think she was too impressed by that. I heard a while ago there was someone who swore at her during that section as well and said something, but she basically stood up and said, "Who the fuck said that? Who was that? Who was that?" But she couldn't find the person in the audience. He went a bit quiet when she actually wanted to know who the hell it was. So, but she apparently didn't do anything about this guy. She registered. Now she sold the Polaroid still, for $2,000 to a German fan called Nicole. The beer bitch tonight, or the champagne chair, was Jean Paul Gaultier. So he stole, the opportunity from an actual fan to meet her and have a talk with her because God, he's met her how many times over the years. So I think that was a little selfish, and they've done that a few times where they've had a celebrity because they're a celebrity, so they want to get the press. They want the video. They want the clicks. When really it should be a fan who paid to get in to see that, not a celebrity. So I haven't been impressed by any of the celebrity beer bitches because they are just taking that seat from someone, an actual fan. So they had a nice little chat about their history and how he grabbed her breasts and the fittings and wanted to marry her, and marriage doesn't suit her and so forth. So at least they had fun, and I'm sure they were entertaining to the crowd. But I think someone in the crowd would have rather been that person. Now, Madonna complained that the crowd was low key, and apparently there were a lot of Italians in the audience, and she commented that they were the only ones that made any noise. And Madonna was not impressed by people who were going to the bar during the show, which I guess they were tired and needed something to drink and dehydrated from all that waiting, maybe. Um, so they were going out, and she wasn't very impressed. And she was telling them to shut the fucking door and in or out. So I don't think the crowd was showing Madonna a lot of respect. I think they were a bit tired and not very impressed. And I think that's just the different crowd. I haven't been to Paris, but we all know the French have a reputation for being a bit stuck up and a bit snooty, and perhaps they were expecting a bit more from Madonna, like some respect, and perhaps, you know, um, um, I can't think of the right word, but basically showing them some regard um, rather than being a diva and expecting them to bow down to her, which is what American fans do. They bow down and grovel to Madonna and beg and praise and, oh my God, you're the greatest thing ever. Oh my God, you're a goddess. Doesn't matter how late you are, you're perfect. I think she's used to hearing that. I don't think the French really were doing that for her. I think they were more like, be on time, bitch. um, so that's interesting. I'm just going from what I've read. I've read a few little accounts, a few things, and Madonna Tribe always is like the first one to get out the what's happened and that and the reviews and that. So I had a bit of a read of one of their articles and a few other little bits and pieces. So it's interesting. I sort of spoke too soon. I was hoping there wouldn't be any issues, but first night in Paris, late, technical problems, fans not happy, um, pissing Madonna off. Even though Madonna's, and it's kind of funny. I just think, Madonna comes out, she's all hyped, she's in wanting to do a good show, she's on fire, and the audience has just like been waiting for half an hours, and they just don't give a fuck anymore. You can just picture that scene. It's kind of funny. I'm enjoying that a bit too much. I don't know, but yeah. So audience not impressed, but it's not the first time this has happened. Other audiences have been unhappy with her showing up late and attitude and that. But I'm guessing the French just did it a little differently. I'm sure there was a bit more shade. Um, so the Paris shade was a little bit more than probably some of the other audiences gave. So, but that was interesting. It was interesting. Apparently, another little thing. I'm just hearing little things because the show is changing a little bit. Like she cut out a bunch of songs and she put some back, and then she cut some out, and they seem to be coming in and coming out. It seemed to sort of be depending on how she wanted to do the show. Um, and like I said, apparently Crave is gone. She doesn't walk through the audience anymore for Medellin. And in London, apparently she ditched the wig in Vogue, and now she just has her own hair clipped back with a bit of a curl or something. I don't know. I haven't seen any pictures of it yet, but I thought I saw a picture of her with her hair. I thought it was rehearsal. So I guess that's just how she's wearing it now. But I need to go back and check that. But yeah, so I feel bad for the audience because she's not coming in and walking through the audience for Medellin. Now, apparently the stage in the Grand Rex is a bit high, so she probably cut that out because she didn't want to go up and down the stairs. Apparently she was sort of paying attention to when she was walking down for I Rise because it's quite steep or something. So I feel bad for the audience. She's not walking through the audience at that one time. And this performance, I felt bad for whoever missed out on being the beer bitch. And whenever a celebrity gets the beer bitch seat, I always feel bad because someone is missing out on that. Someone who hasn't already met her, who wouldn't have a chance to meet her, like people like Kim Kardashian and Katy Perry and people like that. Like I don't. It makes a nice little video and everything, and it gets her a little bit of press. Like, oh, Katy Perry showed up. Oh, Jean-Paul Gaultier showed up. But really, it's supposed to be an intimate show. Someone paid to be in that beer bitch seat that night. Someone was expecting it or hoping for it, and they didn't get it. So I always feel bad for them. So, yeah, it's not the best start. But I did see that an email had gone out saying she was going to be starting late and there was technical problems. I didn't really care that much because I thought, it's really just announcing what I was expecting. I don't know about the actual audience, but it was nice that they did try and inform people. I probably should point that out, that instead of just being late and not caring, at least they were like putting the email out beforehand saying, oh, there's a technical problem, doors won't be opening till 9, the show won't be starting till 11, so you won't be getting out to so they did try. That shows some more respect and sort of a level of regard to the audience that she seems to have gained over the course of the tour. Because at the start of the tour, it's just like, yeah, whatever, I'm late. You should be happy I'm here, bitches. Whereas now it's more like, okay, I'm going to be 3 hours late, blah, 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 blah. So there does seem to be a little bit more consideration. But like someone pointed out to me, what do you care? You're not there. That's true. I'm not there. I decided to sit this show out way back in the beginning when I foresaw some of this happening. And I'm quite happy that Madonna came to Australia for her last tour and that I was there for the last show of her last tour because Madame X, as far as I'm concerned, just doesn't really count. And I get that some people who are watching the show have a weird perspective of it because they're there. They have this exaggerated idea of how great it is, and they can't really step back and see how basic it is. Which I've seen, you can see from the videos and the photos and all that. Sure it's still great, but it's not this amazing reinvention of theatre that they're acting like it is, and I'm so sick of hearing that. No, it's just a show in a theatre. Lots of people have done it and do it. Um, and Madonna may do it great, but that's still all she's doing. She's not reinventing anything. She's not. So I'm still sick of hearing the high level of praise on one level. It's great that the media is actually being nice to Madonna for a change with the reviews, but the fans are just over the top. Um, and it always comes across as fake, so I never sort of buy it and listen to it and think, oh wow. It's more like, God, you're just trying too hard. You're trying too hard. You're looking desperate. Madonna doesn't need you to prop her up that much. We all know she's good. But I'm going to go. I just sort of came home from a night out, blah, 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 my normal Sunday, and I saw the articles and some posts and some, comments and things. And I thought, better have a look, better see what she did, what she do in Paris, how'd the first night go. She's got 11 more. We'll see what else she can do to cause some trouble, being Madonna. Okay, feel free to share, like, comment. Tell me what an arsehole I am for not loving everything she does and how ugly I am and everything. I do own a mirror, I know. Thanks, bye.